After being overly focused in the first chapter of the show, Morfydd Clark says that The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power Season 2 will see a very different Galadriel. Season 1 of the Prime Video series followed Galadriel as she is driven to track down Sauron, sensing his power is rising and wanting revenge for the death of her brother. Paired with Charlie Vickers Halbrand for much of the season, Galadriel was last seen helping forge the Rings of Power, even suggesting 3 in order to retain balance. With production nearly complete on the next chapter of the show, Morfydd Clark caught up with the Wraps Unwrapped podcast to discuss The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power Season 2. Though keeping mum on specific story details for her character's return, she did tease that audiences can look forward to a very different Galadriel in the new episodes, finding a different outlook on life. She was having a kind of mental crisis last time and therefore quite kind of involved with herself. And now she's kind of thinking about the world and finding joy in things a bit more, despite the darkness. So that's been really fun to play with. But also, again, doing lots of fun stunts and stuff, which has just been the joy of my life. While some of Season 1 proved to be divisive for both hardcore and toxic Lord of the Rings fans, one element that scored the most criticism was that of Clark's Galadriel, who many felt lacked the same likability as Cate Blanchett's incarnation of the character due to her intense drive for vengeance. Clark herself recently responded to these Rings of Power Season 1 criticisms, admitting to really getting it, but also acknowledging that she is taking her own ownership of the role. Clark's tease that The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power Season 2 will see a very different Galadriel is sure to come as a good sign for those who were very critical of the star in Season 1. Not only does this indicate that both the actor and creatives are listening to fan responses with their reported 5-season plan, but it also points towards the character herself undergoing some growth as she moves away from her heated drive for vengeance. This could, however, also indicate that The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power Season 2 will see Galadriel begin to embrace the darker side of the world shown to her by Sauron. Given there are plans for more of the show after Season 2, there would be plenty of time to bring Galadriel back to the fairer side of the elven civilization should she become evil, while also leaving Tolkien fans guessing what comes next from the iconic character.